What up, chess players and my friends? Welcome to the first episode of a new series about how to find the best moves in each type of openings, each type of scenario. So this is the Italian. We're facing the Italian. So I'm gonna play the best moves according to my opinion, and then we're gonna go through why the moves are wrong, and I'm gonna understand it together with you. So I play f5 here, which is the move I recommend everyone to play. It's giving me great advantage. Okay, so our opponent now just took the knight. Obviously, I should take back, but the problem is that I'm also thinking about taking this pawn with an attack on the knight. Obviously, the bishop will have to go back, then I take the knight, and the bishop takes back, and no, I don't really like it, so I gotta take here. Okay, that's the best move. f3, now d3, it's annoying that I can't put my knight in f6 anymore to put more pressure on that pawn. So I guess I'm gonna play a move like, okay, queen f6, I don't think it's the case because bishop g5 goes with tempo, so I will just play, I don't know, d6, but then the bishop stays in. Or maybe d5. No, wrong. d6. d6 the best move. We've decided to lock our bishop in because, and I think this makes sense, because if I put the bishop in c5, it doesn't really make much sense because white can play knight c3, knight a4, knight a4, d6. Okay, let's go on. Takes the pawn, I can take back. Okay, bishop develop, right? No. Oh, okay, g5. This move is possible. Now let's try to understand that the reason why this move is possible is because I've got a rook, which is unusually on g8 already. So, fair enough. And white doesn't have the light square bishop. Knight c3, I can play, yeah, g4, yeah? Knight d2, and now I will have a tendency of playing h5 to go all in. But I also know that I need to castle at some point. In fact, that's wrong. Queen h4, so there's already a tactic, like an idea behind it. I don't understand. Knight e4, improving the position of the knight. I suppose what to do here. I have no idea what I'm doing. That's the problem. I guess knight d4 with the idea of knight f3 should be winning. No. Bishop e6. Why? Why? Oh, that to stop knight d5, I guess. Yeah, to stop knight d5. Okay, f3. Doesn't seem like the type of pawn I need to care about. Castle, no. d5, okay, the knight has to move. And now surely castle. No. Rook g6. How is the computer so crazy? Why rook g6? Why? Takes. Okay, this cannot be wrong. And actually it is. Check. Is this a tactic? No, it doesn't win. It doesn't win. Maybe queen takes. No, it doesn't win. Because of the bishop. I guess this is it. Rook takes because simply rook takes knight. Oh yes, rook takes knight, put pressure on the knight. Okay, well, the line has to restart now. So let's play d6. G5 is the right move, g4. And now queen... Bishop e6, d5, knight moves, and rook g6. I still haven't understood this move. I just haven't. I just haven't understood it. And I guess now rook... No. Check. Okay, check that makes sense. Developing with tempo. And now this wins. Okay, new variation. White plays a3. The idea of obviously playing... Because white thinks we're going to castle long... White is threatening to play b4, b5. It's a very human plan. And I guess a6 will be the best move when white plays b4. So let's castle. Yeah? And now a6, right? This is the type of move we want to play in these positions. No. Again, what does this even mean? Okay, we want to double up. Let's say I think the computer wants to double up. And also... No. No, not a clue. Just not a clue. Knight d4. Has to be... No. Oh, that's the goal of rook g6. I mean, that was so stupid. How could I not get it before? Inducing a weakness of h3, which we can actually take. That was the goal of it. That's why the bishop cannot play the fianchetto in the Italian. Rook g6. Simple as that. Okay, new variation. Bishop to g5 attacking the queen. Now here, this is a very interesting position because I always end up thinking, what should I play? Should I remove the queen from there? Or should I offer a bishop trade? In which case, do I want to lose the bishop pair? No, I don't want to lose the bishop pair, so I'm going to play queen d7. And that's correct. See, my thinking pattern was correct. I think h6 surely, because the bishop has to go back. Now here I also end up thinking about f4. Is f4 a good move? Does it make sense? I think it does, because it allows me to play g5, g4, blah, blah, blah. Yes, and now g5. Yeah, no. Queen f7. Why? Oh, to develop the bishop. Okay, fair enough. Bishop, right? Yeah. They attack me. Oh, okay, that's why. So, because we have a pawn in f4, we can just keep pinning, and the pawn in g4 can never push because we can take en passant. No. Oh, okay, well, that was even simpler, actually. Queen d1, and now, do we do this? Okay, this is a masterful lesson on how to take advantage of a pinned piece. Look at that. The queen was forced to d1, white cannot castle, and now triple attack on f3. And to be fair, that wasn't even difficult to see. Okay, knight d5, attacking our pawn. Let's say castle. Check. Okay, this is a more direct threat, yes. I think so basic sometimes. Okay, knight d4, put pressure, knight d5, and now simply check, and then bishop f3, it's devastating. New variation, white castle straight away. Well, I think we can just go knight d4. Yeah, okay. Right, new variation. So after the capture of our knight, we take back, and now white plays d4 instead of d3. Thematic. Why do they do that? Because when you take an e4, they can take an e5 with the knight, and we don't want that, because then the queen will have easy access to the square h5. But because we have this g6 structure now, maybe we can actually do this. No. Taking d4. God knows why. God knows why. Take back. Okay, double attack on the knight developing, maybe with the queen, but then knight f5. No, take. Yes, take. Okay, and now d5, right? Yes, okay. c4 is a very good move because it undermines the control of the center. But I think we can... But now we're overdoing with the captures. How about bishop c5 developing? No. Okay. Look how crazy the computer is. Black isolates his own pawn and doubles up the pawn on the c file. Also because we have a majority now. We got 4 against 2 on the queen's side. And also white can triple our pawns by taking the knight in c6. That's ridiculous. Okay, we have to take, I suppose. Take back, and black is better. Can you believe it? Can you believe... How am I going to defend those pawns? Well, I'm not. I'm not going to defend those pawns. Unless I play bishop here. Pinning myself, yeah. And now king f7 or king d7? No. Oh, yeah, castle comes with a threat of checkmate. So knight c3 is necessary. And now I guess this move. Yeah. I think bishop c5, put pressure on the weak pawn, f2. Yes, that's correct. Okay. So in this variation we take, and then we take this pawn. And now here, castle. Okay, new variation. So in the from the previous variation, now white plays bishop e3 instead of what did he play before? I forgot. Okay. I think d5 makes sense. No, I think white castled before, yes. Queen d2. Okay. So one of those positions where God knows what to do. Now I see a weakness in the square d2, b2, trying to trap the rook. So queen f6 puts double attack on the... So puts more attack on the knight. And no. Take. See, try to understand why. Why take? What's the reason? What's the reason? What's the best move? c5? But that looks crazy. Where am I going to put my king next? No. Bishop e6. Okay, I guess we want to develop as quick as possible. So let's play bishop e6. So let's pin the knight. Now, does this pin make sense? No, because a3 bishop moves, and then b4 bishop moves, and so it's probably bishop to not d6 because white can play knight b5. So I'm gonna play bishop e7. No. Okay, bishop e7 was a bit passive, I suppose. Queen. Okay, well, probably because we want to castle as soon as possible. Now here we castle, even though white can take on a7. Probably wasn't possible, and now. Okay, I want to develop this rook, so I'm going to put the bishop, let's say bishop here. Pin the knight, no. Bishop g4 attacks the rook. Probably this is a good attack because there's two attackers on f3, so white can't play f3, has to move the rook, and this makes the queen a little bit weaker because she doesn't have the support of the rook. Okay, can I please develop this bishop at some point? No. And now bishop f5. So we were just provoking that move. Knight trying to go to g3 most likely. And I will play g5 no because of bishop f6. Bishop d6. No. b6. Okay. Probably want to play c5. Okay, it's attacking my bishop. I don't want to lose the bishop, so bishop, not g6 because it blocks my pawn from moving, so bishop a6 should be the right move. Okay, see, see how weak we are compared to the engine. Okay, now here I don't want to play h5 because the pawn in h5 will be weakness later, so I'm going to play h6. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, finally I thought it right. Okay, here we take bishop e6, queen d7, castle, and bishop g4 provokes the moving of the rook, and bishop f5. If the rook goes back, we have an extra developing move, fair enough. b6, and now bishop moves. Okay, new variation. Okay, so when they check straight away, I think you can play g6. Then they attack the rook, and I play rook g7. I know this line. I mean, I don't know this line, but this pattern, I know it very well. He's attacking my queen, so I think I'm going to take with this pawn. Now here you might have a tendency to say, how do I take? Do I take with this pawn? Because at least then I have a lot of pawns in the center and I can play d5 and create a good chain. Or this pawn here, which isolates my pawns, both the one in g6 and the one in e4, but it gives a quicker development for my bishop. So let's do this. No, wrong. Okay, I guess this makes sense because it allows the bishop to go here. Queen h3 because obviously the rook was attacking it, and now d5 has to be the right move. Bishop is targeting the rook, so I can't move my bishop anywhere. Bishop a6 stops him from castling, but then I lose the pawn in c6. So I guess queen d6 should be the right move. Yes. Okay, well, rook f7 seems forced. No. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, man, I'm stupid. Queen moves away. Bishop d7 allows him to go queen to b7, and I don't see the point. So let's finally remove the rook from there. Yeah. Okay, he took. And now, should I take back with the king? Makes the king safer. Yeah. Okay. Okay, surely this is an invitation to play e3. Yeah. He goes there. I have a check. I have a check. He takes back. Okay, I have another check. Yeah, that's correct. And now do I have a sacrifice? No, I got another check. No. Oh, yeah, that's so simple. Put pressure on the pinned piece. If he takes, I take back. Okay, well. Take back. He goes there, and now d4. Okay, queen here. Yeah. Okay, new variation. When they take the pawn, obviously take back, and they can't take back because of the... No. Oh yeah, obviously the knight will block the check, but I don't understand how is... Okay, this is an unbelievable move. It's an unbelievable move, because if I... okay. Surely this has to be correct. Yeah. Now here, I was thinking I could take, and then they take back, and I can... No. Check. Oh, yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm just blind. But does this even work? Yeah, that's the right move. Okay. Alright, other variation. The bishop just moved away, so he didn't want to trade. But that's an annoying move because it stops our king from move into any of these two squares. I guess queen e5 finalizes the pressure on that bishop. No. e3. Is it really worth it? Takes. Oh, and now I got queen e5. Yes. Don't want to trade the queen, so I guess I'm gonna take like this. No. Okay, this is the main difference between engines and humans. We are so greedy for material and for establishing an advantage that we don't understand how there are other moves that are just as strong, even better. There was no rush to take that pawn if I can make an even better threat. Queen taking the pawn in g2 is just straight up winning. Okay, he's going there. And now I guess take the rook f1. No, take. Okay, that wins. So here, queen e5 doesn't work straight away. Try to understand this. I guess because white can play pawn to h4. Whereas, oh, look how beautiful this is. If you go here, white can play pawn to h4, right? At least in my opinion. But if you take this, if you push the pawn, and now we play queen e5, and they play pawn to h4, there's a difference. The difference being that you will have a check in the square g3. But didn't you have it before? What am I even talking about? Okay, queen here. All right, now in this other variation, we're gonna do this variation, then one more variation, then we're gonna close this first video. Here the queen has not gone to h3, but rather to h8, pinning our bishop, and now white is obviously threatening to play bishop h6, which wins the game for sure. So I am going to play g5. No. Queen f6. How does that stop? How does that stop bishop h6? It doesn't. I guess rook here, but then white has an advantage after swapping everything. Or maybe I can just take here. Yes. Okay, he's giving me a rook. That is clearly an alpha male move. Okay, I'll take the rook. Apparently that's just winning. Queen f6 instead of g5. Okay, here's the variation where they take I can't take back. I can't take the rook, but I have a check. And surely this check should be game over.